Alrighty, what's up everybody? It's I, your Trouble God of Screen, Peter Joseph here, for video number 2 on your 2 for Saturday, December 27, 2025. Thank you all for watching right here on the very dark, mysterious, and evil former home of the Gilmore Chronicles, now known as the Evil Shadows Lair 2.0. This is episode number 98 of the Shadows Lair 2.0 series. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you like the video and subscribe. Wait now. Now. Do it now. Because if you do it then, you missed it. And that's pretty much it. Alright, no fancy intro, because 1, my battery is going low. And 2, just want to get it out of the way. Alright, so I hope you're having a great Saturday digging out here in the Northeast. Gonna be raining and icy tomorrow night into Monday. 51 degrees and then down the drain as we get into the end of the year. So 4 days away from that. Let me move on. But we got some wrestling coming up in a little bit. Aew World'S End, the final pay-per-view of the year for everything. So, should be a good show tonight, starting at 8 p.m. Got the pre-show coming up pretty much soon. Not that I'm going to watch that shit, but we got all that. So, on episode 98 of the Shadows Lair 2.0 series, before my battery goes bye-bye, it is time, ladies and gentlemen, for your AEW World's End predictions. AEW World's End comes your way from the Now Arena in Chicago, Illinois. And like I said, it should be a great show. Alright, so we have 12 official matches. Well, really, 9 on the main show, 3 on the pre-show. And we're going to have the semifinals and the finals of the Continental Classic Tournament for the AEW Continental title. And possibly, if Okada loses in the semifinals, we could get a new unified champion. So, we shall see what happens with that. But we're going to go to the pre-show, and as always, I take it from the Wikipedia page. So let's get into it. Or as Trick Willie would say, let's talk about it. Alright, let's talk about this card. Pretty good card. So it should be a great show tonight. Gonna probably end like 1 o'clock. Who knows? But anyway. Alright, so we got the pre-show. The Sisters of Sin. My girl Julia Hart and Sky Blue take on Hyann the Huntress and Maya World in a tag team match. Obviously, I'm going with the Sisters of Sin. You know, Hyann and Maya coming into AEW / Ring of Honor and haven't won a match yet. So I highly doubt they win this one. So I'm going to go with Julia Hart and Sky Blue to get the win in a pointless match. That could have been on Collision. And we got that. Alright, match number 2 on the pre-show. Eddie Kingston, the man from the Bronx, New York. He takes on, well, the other member of the Wrestle Young Veterans, and that's Zach Gibson. Last night on Ring of Honor's Boxing Day Brawl, he faced James Drake, beat him, and then after the match, he got a 2-on-1 beatdown. So now he takes on Zach Gibson. I'm going with Eddie to win, obviously, because I don't think anybody's going to come out to help the guy, but I mean, we'll see what happens with that. Alright, then after that, the final match. Yeah, the final match on the pre-show, an 8-man tag team match. We got Jet Speed, Speedball, Mike Bailey and Kevin Knight, teaming up with Jurassic Express, Jungle Jack Perry and Luchasaurus. They take on the demand of Ricochet, the AEW National Champion, along with the Gates of Agony, Bishop Quan! I know that Quan! And Toa Leona, and they team up with the walking weapon himself from the Don Callis family, Josh Alexander. Should be a good match. I'm going to go with the faces to get the win, so I'm going to go with Jet Speed and Jurassic Express to beat the demand and Josh Alexander. And that's pretty much it. Alright, then we go to the main show, and I'm going to keep the Continental Classic last, and along with the AEW World Title match last. So, we're going to start off with a mixed nuts Mayhem match, which I have no idea what it is. I think it's like a hardcore match. Not like, yeah, it's basically a hardcore match. Basically. So we got the Death Riders of Claudio Castagnoli, the Dancing Fool, Danny Garcia, William Yuta, the man who fears himself, and the lovely Marina Shafir, taking on the conglomeration of Roderick Strong, the Funky Chicken himself, Mark Briscoe, Fresh Orange Juice, Orange Cassidy, and Timeless Tony Storm, darling. Bosom. Alright, this match is going to be nuts. I'll go with the conglomeration and Tony Storm to get the win. I do see maybe Mina showing up and helping out Tony Storm. You know, with the problem that is Marina Shafir. I don't know if Megan Bain shows up. I mean, we'll see. But it's going to be crazy as shit, as you, Sir Jay Briscoe, reach for the sky, boy, would say. So it's going to be nuts, but I'm going to go with the conglomeration to get the win. Probably see a little bit of blood. Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? And we get that. Alright, speaking of crazy as shit, speaking of that match, we got Gabe Kidd taking on, hi guys, it's me, Darby. I just want you to know, I'm going to kick Gabe Kidd's ass for you, and I'm going to get my ass kicked, but I'm going to do it because I love you guys, and I love to beat myself up. I live in a car in Seattle, I weigh 150 pounds. I'm so fucking evil, guys. You know, Gabe Kidd kicking Darby down the stairs of the Hammerstein Ballroom this past Dynamite, just to make the match, and then we had the stare down after that. So, it's going to be wild. It's going to be a singles match. It's surprising it's not a stipulation match. But, knowing Darby, you know, they're going to go outside the arena. They're going to use some weapons here and there. I don't know if the referee will allow it, but knowing Darby, he can't win one-on-one matches, you know, technical matches, or just a one-on-one straight match. He cannot win for the sake of his life. But I'm going to go with Darby anyway to get the win, because it's pretty much a meaningless match. So I'm going to go with Darby to beat Gabe Kidd, and that's pretty much it. Alright, after that, we go to a Chicago street fight. We've got 3 hardcore matches. That's insane. What is this, Full Gear? No, well, kinda, if you think about it. Blood and Guts, whatever. Alright, so we got FTR, Fuck the Revival, Dax the Ex-Harwood, and Cash has got a Glock Wheeler with the man who gets no host, Stokely Hathaway, taking on the Bang Bang Gang of Juice Robinson and Austin Gunn with Ace Austin at ringside. It's a rematch from Collision a couple weeks ago where FTR basically cheated to retain the titles, even though the Bang Bang Gang won the match. But Dax Harwood's foot was on the rope thanks to his partner. Paul Turner saw it. We saw the match, and then they basically Pillmanized Juice Robinson's leg, locked in the Indian Death Lock, and they retained the belts. So now we get this rematch after after what happened with that. So we're gonna get a Chicago street fight. Anything goes. Gonna be brutal, but I'm gonna go with FTR to retain. But I mean, we could see a title change tonight with them. I don't know. We'll see what happens with them. And we move on. All right, then we go to the women's tag team titles being defended for the very first time by the Babes of Wrath. Holly, Cameron, and the rest of the fun girl, Willow Nightingale. Bam! Alright, so Holly and Willow Nightingale take on Mercedes Moné, the CEO, 10 belts Moné, and the forever Ring of Honor Women's Champion, Athena, getting another title shot. It is what it is. I think this is a rematch from the tournament where the Babes of Wrath defeated them. So, we'll see what happens with that. But I'm going to go with the Babes of Wrath to retain the Women's Tag Team Championship because we don't want to see Mercedes with another belt ever again. We don't want her to go back to 11 belts from NA. But, so I'm going to go with the Babes of Wrath to win. I think Athena might turn on Mercedes, or Mercedes might turn on Athena, which might lead to Mercedes and Athena for the Ring of Honor title. Or the TBS title, I mean, later on down the road, but we'll see what happens with that. So I'm going to go with the Babes of Wrath to get the win. That's it. Alright, then we got the AEW Women's Championship on the line with Chris Cakelander taking on Jamie Hayter, otherwise known as Daphne from Scooby-Doo. This should be a good match. I'm going to go with Chris Cakelander to retain. They could go with Jamie, because she's a heel now, but I'm going to go with Cakelander to retain. And we'll go with that. Alright, now, we're going to go to the Continental Classic semifinals. We got Kazuchika Okada, basically the unified champion and the Continental Classic champion. Well, Continental Breakfast of Champions champion. He takes on the winner of the Blue League, and that's Konosuke Takeshita. And if Okada loses, he will vacate the AEW Continental title and the Unified Championship. All those 3 belts, bye-bye. So we're going to be guaranteed a new Continental Champion and a Unified Champion, probably by the end of tonight. So I'm going to go with Takeshita. This should have been the finals, but Tony Khan booking, it's fantastic. But I'm going to go with Takeshita to beat Okada. And I think we're going to run it back again next year, maybe by Revolution time or maybe by Maximum Carnage, but we'll see. So that's that. So Takeshita's going to beat Okada, buy out Okada's belts. So we see that. Then in the other semifinal, we have the winner of the Gold League. That's Kyle Fletcher taking on Jon Moxley. This should be a very good match. I'm going to go with Fletcher to win. I know a lot of people are picking Moxley, but I'm going to go with Kyle Fletcher to win, and he will face off against Takeshita in the final, so a little Don Callis final there. But I'm going to go with Takeshita to win the entire thing, and I said it since the beginning of the tournament. So Takeshita will come away with 3 belts, including the IWGP Heavyweight title, to make that 4 belts. And then he will win belt number 5 when he beats Tsuji for the global title at Wrestle Kingdom. So he's going to come away by January the 5th or 6th with 5 belts. And he's had an amazing year. And I think he's going to start 2026 with a good old Gilmore cutter like bang! And that's pretty much it. Alright, then we go to the AEW World title. Samoa Joe defending against Swerve Strickland with my good buddy Prince Nana at ringside. Takes on the Hangman, Adam Page, about to do some cowboy shit, and the man who cashed in his Casino Gauntlet contract, and that's Maxwell Jacob Fartknocker, MJF. I'm going with MJF to win the title back for the second time. People saying Samoa Joe might retain. I'm going to go with MJF, so it is what it is. So that is your predictions, and that's pretty much it. Alright, my phone's about to die, so thanks for watching. Leave your predictions down below. And like Trick Willie would say, we'll talk about it. And we'll do the review tomorrow. So enjoy the pay-per-view. And that's all I gotta say about that. Thanks for watching, everybody. Until next time. Peace.